The Ballad of Irving. Irving.
Okay, that didn't go as planned.
Big fat
Now you're
Irving.
sliding down this hill, out of control.
Big sport, Irving. The 142nd
It's
fastest
right there.
gun in the West.
So the objective is right over there, except I can't get to it.
No one's rook today.
What the... Where do I go? And exactly why couldn't I do that? Just another of the game's little mysteries. There are more Russians in Paris than there are in Moscow at the moment, but fortunately you can throw a smoke marker and call in airstrikes.
Engaging.
We do a bit more of that, then head down into the catacombs. That's where the chemical attack originated, and the GIGN is pretty sure Volk is down there. There's no gas down here, so at least we can take the masks off. You track him through the sewers until he makes a run for it. Now it's a foot race.
Volk captured alive. He holds the only actionable intel on Makarov.
He makes it to a car, and you jump in a van to follow. You get to shoot his car and make him crash, whereupon your team wraps him up nice and gentle so we're sure he's alive and able to talk.
Private vehicle is down! Get out! Come here, asshole. This is Metal 01, jackpot. Volk secure.
Now it's just a matter of getting him to the plane and extracting him.
We're going down.
Was that supposed to happen? Is that the end of the game? Because I can't see a whole lot of ways to avoid that thing. Well, why do it right when you can do it again?
Sending crew. Targeting system online. TV, verify you see our friendlies. Roger that. Friendlies are marked with white diamonds.
Well, sure. The best way to avoid it is just to fly away and become a plane. Wait, what? This is making me dizzy. But get used to it because you'll go back and forth between the plane and the ground at least twice. It's an incredible battle, one of the most awesome I've seen yet. Once you get the hang of this back and forth thing, you realize that what we're seeing is that air support we've called in several times from the plane's point of view. That's kind of nifty. But the next time you decide to do that, give me some warning, huh? That's all I ask. Ultimately, a couple of fighter bombers arrive and blast the rest of the Russians into French fries. But there's one unfortunate casualty.
Sounds good, man. Not anywhere but here.
Oops. Well, the tower can be rebuilt. Sergeant Frost can't.
We can rebuild him. We have the technology.
That's fiction, hello? Your evac helicopters arrive and you get Volk bundled onto one and off you go. Mission accomplished. It's nice to be able to say that so often in this game. After the last one... Anyway, it turns out Volk was a total wimp and told us everything we ever wanted to know about Makarov but didn't know who to ask. Word is that he's at a hotel in Prague with his entire war council. What a convenient opportunity.
It's a trap!
You think? But Price thinks Makarov is just getting overconfident. Price's gang are closest to the target, so they have an unofficial go-ahead. It's showdown time. You go in by river and meet up with some local resistance.
Said this area be clear.
Sure it was nothing you couldn't handle.
So we're going after Makarov with Kamarov. This is going to get weird, isn't it? You split up so you can hit the place from two sides. You're with Soap and you're trying to sneak around and get ahead of the Russian patrols that are sweeping the city.
We've been spotted. Return fire.
My actions? What did I do? I followed him like the thing said to do. What was I supposed to do?
Chopper, quick, through here. Wait here.
So if we get spotted at all, he's toast. And the only way not to be spotted is to stay right on his heels. Would be nice to know these things. I'm not a big fan of TMI, but I'm also not a fan of TLI. Too little information. That happens a lot here. You sneak through town until you reach the front of the hotel and all the Russian soldiers in Eastern Europe are gathered there to greet you. Fortunately, Price is also in position up on top of another building providing overwatch. You also have a whole bunch of resistance guys to back you up. It's a dandy firefight, total Call of Duty fare. When the Russians bring in a tank, you finally get to try out one of those RPGs. The fight through town continues after that until you make your way to a church that's apparently being used as a refuge because the Russians are basically barreling through town and shooting everybody they see. Price tells us to settle in and get comfortable because we've got a few hours until Makarov's meeting. Trite but effective. So we're in position in one of the towers of this church where we can see Makarov arrive, and we have a good line of sight to the room where his meeting is happening. But where's Price?
Your scope. He's in the top of the hotel. We got you.
Suddenly this plan makes sense. So we provide cover fire while Price breaches into the room to take out Makarov and his gang.
What the hell? Price, who is that?
Kamarov. I'm sorry, Price.
Captain Price. Ад ждет тебя.
I'm tempted to play the Star Wars clip again. Was there ever any doubt that it was a trap? But it gets worse.
My friend, you never should have come
What's he
here.
talking about? Get out now!
Soap was hurt bad. Again. So you have to carry him to safety. You carry him for a while, then Price takes over so Yuri can shoot. You get him to a safe house and try to help him.
Yuri, not now, son. Just rest. Get a medic! Come on, stay with me, son. Price.
You need to know. Makarov knows. Yuri.
Oh, no! Soap! No! Soap! You have to go, now!
Soap finally bought it. Lord knows he tried enough times. Too bad, he was a good character.
I'm sorry.
By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged.
We followed him through all 3 games and he was tough. I'll miss him. Okay, drama's over, back to the action. You make your way out of there until Price punches your lights out. He wants to know why Makarov knows you. Yuri tells his tale. He was there when Soap shot Zakhaev's arm off. He was a true believer until Makarov really started getting corrupt. He was the one who set off the nuke in the Middle East in the first game. That was when Yuri started wavering. When Makarov found out that Yuri was giving information to the authorities, he shot him and left him for dead while he and his team carried out the airport slaughter. During the aftermath, rescue workers found him and kept him alive.
Okay, Yuri. You bought yourself some time. For now.
Okay, that was easy. Our next destination is a castle outside of Prague. Price gets a basic briefing about it and where Makarov is likely to be, if he's there at all.
What's this you're sending me?
Equipment list.
That's a lot of hardware, John. What you plan on doing?
What you taught me to do. Kill them all.
You forgot and let God sort them out. You parachute in. Well, the boss did say there was only one way in unless you could fly, and start moving as quietly as possible. Along the way, you and Price plant some C4 charges in various spots to cause some nice confusion during our escape. This is another of those situations where if you don't do everything exactly right, whether you know what that is or not, your actions end up getting Price killed. Yeah, it's my fault. It couldn't possibly be that he's considered this a suicide mission all along, could it? By now I'm convinced that Price is more than a little bit off the rails. Give him a peg leg and a harpoon and you could write a book about him. Yeah. Step 1, get to the security office and neutralize it.
Clear.
Okay, so I'm here for what? Cheering section? Yay, Price. Now may I do something?
Got cameras outside the command center, both sides, here and here.
But we just made sure nobody's watching, so who cares where the cameras are? And if the cameras are really a big concern, say if we think somebody else might come in, why not just shoot the monitors? I don't get it. I think he's completely lost it. Price kills the lights and you start taking out bad guys with your night vision. But quick enough, the Russians get wise.
They're using flares! Taking night vision off, we do this the old way.
Brilliant deduction, Watson. How long did it take you to figure that out? One interesting thing about this firefight is there are prisoners in the cells around you. I understand several languages pretty well. Russian isn't one of them. But I know a smattering, enough to be able to tell if these guys are more or less begging you to let them out. We're ignoring them, but I really wonder how smart that is. Suppose we let them out on the condition that they each grab a weapon and help us get in and finish Makarov. But Price is massively hyper-focused now. So he's both OCD and ADD. No wonder he's such a BMF. Yeah, I know, but my philosophy is don't let the easy ones go by. Let's continue.
The whole thing looks like it's about to collapse. So take it slow.
Really? And I was just getting ready to Macarena my way across it. Considering the game automatically put me in back to the wall when I got here, I probably got the hint without him denoting the obvious.
Change of plan. Control center is just above us. Looks like we won't have to shoot our way in. The thunder will hide the sound of the blast. Wait for my signal.
The control center's right above us, so he's blowing a hole in the wall. Maybe he's lost his sense of direction along with his mind.
We can climb up here. Come on.
He knew about this how? A little busy work climbing up this area, and you come to a place where we can see what's going on in the command center. Makarov is there.
For the last time, I will not bow to the demands of terrorist thugs. I will die before I surrender the nuclear launch codes.
Makarov, I see.
Okay, he's there. We have the total element of surprise. There's only a few guys in the room. Let's take him.
Sir, still no response from the security room.
Will change.
Get down there. Find out what's going on.
Okay, they're heading down there, and soon enough they'll know we're here. Let's do this!
Our men are on the way to Berlin.
Are you listening?
The daughter is there. We will have her in a matter of hours.
This is getting serious, Price. We need to take him out now.
Keep me updated. Time to go. They must have found the bodies. This should buy us some time. Down now!
What was that all about? He was right there. He was in our hands. All we had to do was squeeze and this is done. Why did we just sit there and let him walk away? What is Price doing? And we screw around until they find the bodies, so it's going to be a battle royal getting to him again. And his solution is to toss a grenade at a few flunkies. What the hell? One of the more annoying things about this game is how short it is. I capture my games on DVD, and most of the games I review take anywhere from 2 to 6 discs. The one that took 6 was Half-Life. Don't judge me. 3 is about average. Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3 each took less than 1. That's short. That's less than 6 hours of gameplay, even considering how much I suck. So yeah, this probably is padding. My problem is, it's not believable padding. As rabid as Price is to have Makarov's head, I'm supposed to buy that he has him right there in his sights. We have 2 perfectly functional assault rifles and total surprise, and he doesn't do anything. No! That is so out of character it kills the tone of the whole game. At this point, I was so completely out of the zone I had to quit and come back to the game later. In story writing, we call that a scene. This is a big one.
Where are your feet? We're leaving.
Escape the castle? We're leaving? What about Makarov? This makes no sense. Price calls Nikolai and tells him that Makarov's men are after the girl. Nikolai promises to contact the Americans so they can save her. I'm guessing that means we'll be Frost again later on and get in on that. One way to find out. I do have to make one comment about the enemy AI here. Watch this. My first burst went about an inch over his head and he had no reaction at all. Do I need to say more about that? As with any game, you're constantly having to worry about ammo, but as with any good game, you can always pick up a new weapon from one of the bad guys.
We fired our cannon till the barrel melted down, so we grabbed an alligator and we fought another round.
I need a raise. I still don't get what's going on here. We came for Makarov, and apparently we're leaving without killing him? Why? Take him out and his subordinates will scatter. It's just like that colonel in the first Splinter Cell game. Take out the guy signing the paychecks and the mercs will look for work elsewhere. So I haven't the slightest clue what the heck Price is doing. We detonate all the C4, hop in a vehicle, and get the hell out of Dodge.
Get your sheet ready. Nikolai, get us out of here.
Roger, I'm on my way.
Price proves beyond any doubt that he's lost his frigging mind. Let's become Frost and go save the girl. Price is beyond our help. Seriously, what was the point of all that? Price said his mission was to kill them all, and he didn't even kill half of them, much less the big kahuna himself. So as far as I can tell, we did all that for absolutely nothing. I was really enjoying this game, but it seems to have pretty well given up making any sense now. As Frost, you're on your way to rescue the Russian president's daughter. She's been under guard in Berlin since the last time we rescued her, but now her security's dead and she's holed up in a hotel closet. We're in a fleet of helicopters on our way to her.
Metal 01, we've lost contact with the German division commander. What's the status on the ground?
Take column is down and we're getting overrun. This AO is lost.
What's going on? Oh, we're doing that. Why? I don't know, let's just get on with it. Naturally, our helicopters get shot down, so we have to fight our way to the roof of the building we end up on. It doesn't matter how bombed out the place is, how little is left of it, there's at least a handful of Russian soldiers on every floor. Why? To shoot at you, so there. They've been sitting there waiting for you all week, and it's about damn time you gave them something to do. Well, it turns out this building is where we were supposed to be anyway, we just took a little longer to get to the roof. So our job is to provide cover for the other team that's actually going in to get the daughter.
Good hit. Take care of them.
Isn't it nice that they wear those big tags that identify them as targets?
Granite 01, Overwatch established.
That was fun, but I can't help thinking I should have gotten an achievement or something. Oh well. The rescue team moves in and you do a little more sniping to protect them. Then they start taking fire from a tank down on the street. Now you need to paint the tank so your air support can destroy it.
Hit the tank on the street!
I got a tally on the target.
If you're not sure what that first point, second point stuff was, you're not alone. That was my second try because the first time I couldn't figure out what the damn program wanted. I set a point on the tank, then tried to put a second one where some of those foot soldiers were. Nothing happened. I tried some other combos and wound up starting over because the team got killed. This is a widget that we've never seen before. We've never had to do 2-point marking like this before. So how on earth am I supposed to know what to do? There's no tutorial, no on-screen instructions, nothing. I stumbled onto the right combination by accident. Then again, that happens to me a lot. But still, this is the second or third time in this game that we've encountered some kind of new weapon or strategy that we're just somehow supposed to know how to work, even though it's like this one and what it does is so esoteric there's no way you could guess it. My copy of this game didn't come with the manual, so I don't know if these things are explained there or not. But it really doesn't matter because who reads the manual? Noob! The nice thing about that system is, if there happen to be two tanks and they're right close to each other, now that it's clear, they can head in and find the girl.
Granite, have you got eyes on Athena?
Affirmative. Shit, left side. Got two more. Get out. Get out.
Granite! Granite!
What just happened? Is the girl dead? Did Makarov's lunatics blow her up? He might not be too happy about that.
Granite team is down. I repeat, Eagle's down. We're going after Athena.
Affirmative, Sandman. Link up with the German tank column south of your position and proceed to the target building. Over.
We just finished clearing the street. Why do we need to link up with a tank column? Do they know something we don't? And if so, why don't we? The answer is yes, they do. Every single Russian has now abandoned his homeland and relocated in Berlin, and each one of them has a nice assault rifle with your picture painted on the sight. So yeah, you need to cover those tanks. I give up. What is going on? Well, this is where we came in. Sandman realizes it's an ambush and now we have to scramble to get out of it. What happened to the tanks? Right now I really don't care. You fight over to the hotel but learn that the bad guys have the daughter and they're moving her to try and extract her. It's a race to the top. We get to a door and do another breach. Why did he grab the handle? But wait a minute. We didn't set off a charge. So that means they did, and it went off when he pulled on the door. But why did he grab the handle and pull on the door instead of using a breaching charge like we always do? So because he changed the procedure, they get away with the girl. Nicely done, Sandman. Next time I need a rescue, you're definitely the one I'll call.
Price, we lost the girl. Looks like the helo took her to a diamond mine in Siberia.
A diamond mine in Siberia. That's what we're going with. Well, it should make for an interesting level.
We're gonna have one shot to grab the president before he gives up the launch codes and Makarov turns Europe into glass.
The president? Not his daughter? So we're concluding this is where Makarov is keeping the president too. So are we rescuing both of them? Or just the president and the girl is expendable now? Let's go find out. We're in an elevator ready to storm the depths of the mine.
This thing go any faster? Easy, Grinch.
When it stops, you start taking out guards. Well, he did ask, and yes, it can go faster. But there's that sudden stop at the bottom. Once you shake off that little ride, you fight your way to the bottom of the mine.
Overlord, this is Sandman. We're at the bottom of the mine. We're gonna need air support.
Affirmative, Sandman. We'll chop a Predator to you.
Ready? Try and keep up.
If we're in the bottom of the mine, how are helicopters getting down there? Where'd they come from, and why couldn't we come in that way? Apparently, this is a big open pit mine, and we had to take the elevator down to the bottom of the mine because we were trying to be sneaky. I can't even say that with a straight face. That was about as sneaky as a 2-ton rhinoceros. Whatever, let's just get this done. With some fairly heavy air support, you make it into a tunnel where they're hopefully keeping the president, and if we're lucky, his daughter. Of course, this means we breach again.
Metal 01, what is your status? Have you secured the president?
Negative, Overlord, but we have the girl.
Well, that's a start. She tells you they took her father deeper into the mine. Didn't we say we're already at the bottom? So if they took him deeper than the bottom, then that wasn't actually the bottom, now was it? Just can't seem to make up our minds in this game. You fast rope down after him and have a huge firefight at the bottom. Of course, every second or third bad guy has an RPG, so they obviously bought those things in bulk at Vladimir's Club or something. It's a pretty awesome battle, but in the course of it, the guys holding the president take him into some kind of bunker with a reinforced steel door. You can't get through it, but Price has an idea.
Get charges here, here, and here.
It's nice we brought some convenient door-making charges with us on top of everything else. And I have to admit, this breach is really, really cool. Notice anything different? I could see! I could see exactly where the targets were and where the president was, so I was able to deal with him and save him first try. It's about time! You rescue the president, assure him his daughter is okay, then it's time to leave.
Move! Move!
Why? Is this a James Bond movie where as soon as the villain is thwarted everything blows up? What's going on? What happened? As you're battling your way out, Yuri, your character, gets hit bad. Price drags you to the evac helicopter in the most ridiculously long slow-motion sequence I've ever seen. Unfortunately, the chopper has to leave Sandman and his team behind. Price is absolutely livid. But the pilot is right. And besides, it's a way to make the game longer, right? Because we'll go back, become Frost again, and fight our way out of the mine, yes? Maybe not. We get scenes of the US and Russia making peace, and then we hear Price put in a call to Makarov. It's time for a nice, personal vendetta. For that vendetta, you get to be Price himself.
Looks like they know we're here.
I've tapped into their security feed. Makarov's in the atrium on the top floor. This is it. Makarov doesn't leave here alive.
Hello? We had him in our sights way back at the castle and you let him walk. How do I know you're not going to do that again this time? I'm still scratching my head about that one. We have heavy armor for this one, so that should get interesting. You fight your way to an elevator that you know will take you to Makarov because Nikolai has control of it. Let's go get him.
Makarov's moved to the restaurant, same floor. He's got a large security detail with him.
What kind of opposition's waiting for us?
40-plus foot mobiles, SMGs and assault rifles.
Piece of cake. For good measure, a helicopter comes along and starts shooting at you, but you and Yuri manage to take it out. Of course. Where else would it crash? This happens so we have to take off our heavy armor before we face Makarov. Can't make this too easy now, can we?
Nikolai, we need another lift.
Copy, on its way.
Try to get the subtitles right, huh? He sends another elevator your way, you jump over to it just before the one you're on falls away, of course, and off we go.
Makarov's chopper just touched down. He's heading there now.
He's not getting away.
Be careful, they're setting up barricades.
Yet another timed mission. I don't know why I'm not surprised. Well, let's go get him. Despite the hordes of goons between you and him, of course you get there in plenty of time.
Please. Watch out for that chopper! Run!
You didn't really think it was going to be as easy as just beating the timer, did you? Was it ever? Yuri is apparently hurt bad, but he tells you to go after Makarov. Nikolai says Makarov is heading for the roof, so that's our next destination.
For the chopper, run!
Did that thing really say jump? Okay, this promises to get interesting. Note to self, next time move faster. Really? I make the jump in time and then I get that? You may have seen the prompt telling me to click the right stick, but with everything that's happening, a little more warning would have been nice. From where I was sitting, it looked like the prompt came up just as he put his foot in my face. Thanks for nothing. Third time's a charm? Much better. Now let's deal with Makarov and finish this thing. Oh, come on! This is getting absurd. Yet again, we see a game that's setting you up for failure. I think I can say with confidence that pretty much nobody is going to be able to beat this the first try because there's too much blindsiding like this. Not playing fair, people. Can we please do this? Notice something. I got no prompt at all there telling me what to do. Since clicking the right stick is the melee attack, and since that was what it had me use on the pilot, I guessed. Fortunately, I guessed right. Why did I have to guess? It's like we did great all through the game, but by the time we got down to the end, everybody was so exhausted they just gave up. I really don't understand. The first scenes are what sell the game. The last scenes are what sell the next game. So why do you want to half-ass it now? Are we done with this series? Well, maybe. The next game in the Call of Duty series is Black Ops, and it's a totally different animal. So maybe everybody was thinking, you know what? This is the end of the Modern Warfare series, so screw it. Let's just slap something in there and go home. Too bad. This whole sequence could have been a lot better. But right now we have a different problem. Makarov shot the console, so the chopper is out of control. And I'm guessing I don't have that parachute anymore. You crash, of course. Are you freaking kidding me? We stabbed him in the throat and sent him on a fall of at least 1,000 feet, and he's still getting up? Give me a break. At some point, we have to maintain believability. If this was a science fiction game and he was an alien of some kind or had some kind of superhuman ability, I could see this. He's a regular guy. Anybody who had all that done is not going to get up. I'll be honest, I almost gave up in disgust right here. But I believe you watch these because you want to see my thoughts on the whole game, so I pressed on for your sake. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So now you have to do trigger-pulling busy work to try and get to the one random gun that's just sitting there waiting for you. Of course, he gets to it first.
Fine, Captain. Christ.
Raise your hand if you didn't see that coming. I can honestly say I didn't see Yuri's demise coming. I have to admit I actually felt that because I really got to like him. Okay, if that didn't finish him, I give up. The visuals are pretty impressive, but honestly, even while I was doing this, I couldn't get past how cliched it is. How many zillion times have we all seen a movie or TV episode that dragged out the bad guy's final disposition like that? And how many have we seen with that kind of final battle, complete with crashing through a glass ceiling and taking the guy out that way? It's old. It's trite. Again, it's like they gave up. By this time, I really wasn't enjoying the game anymore. My goal was just to finish it so I could do this review. Once we recover, we celebrate. You got close, Makarov. But no cigar. So I assume from here we'll find our way back up and check on Yuri. Or not. Well, the hell with him, he's just a Russian after all, right? I mean, it's not like he was all that much help. I'll be honest, I like this game a lot better than the second one. Neither was really as interesting as the first. In the second game, it was mostly because of the lousy mechanics, though the story was fine. In this one, the mechanics were fixed and the story was doing well, but it's as if the developers just ran out of steam as they got close to the end and just wrote it off with a bunch of cliches and false finishes. I would love to see this game redone with a better ending, maybe one where Yuri actually gets to kill Makarov or something, or even one where Price gets him but dies in the process. Something a little different. But as far as I can tell, it's not going to happen. So I guess that's it. We finish the credits and head back to the main menu. What's Special Ops? Let's find out. I don't do online stuff and my game buddy isn't here right now, so split screen is out, darn it. Well, let's see what the solo game is like. Survival or mission mode. This looks promising. I get to play as one of Makarov's men on the plane? Okay, that is way too cool. I have got to try this. Of course, we start with a breach. We have a timed mission with arcade-type scoring and a system that actually tells you how much damage you did. Ooh, this is going to be good. It's worth playing the main game just to unlock this, especially if you do online gaming. I can see me or anybody else spending countless hours doing these and loving it. I can't honestly say this part is worth the price of the game, especially if you buy it new, but it's a very nice bonus. How does the series stack up? Well, the first game set the tone pretty nicely, the second one completely hosed it, and the third one sort of fixed it. This is one that I can play again, even with the way the ending falls flat. It has good diversity, the action is Call of Duty all the way, and for the most part it plays fair and the story is understandable, or at least tolerable. There are loads of plot holes if you want to look for them. After the airport massacre, why didn't the Russian president have a talk with the American president instead of just going to war? All through the games he seems like a reasonable man. So I'm having a bit of trouble with the basic premise of the second and third games. And what about those guys we left behind in the diamond mine? We never did find out about them. But that's all trivial. The question is the game worth playing? First game, yes. Third game, yes. Second game? Well, If you find that it's within your range of sight, you have a few bucks in your pocket and you want to give it a try, all I can say is...
Well, finally, Irving got 3 slugs in the belly. It was right outside the Frontier Deli. He was sitting there twirling his gun around, and Butterfingers Irving gunned himself down. Irving. Big fat Irving. Big dum-dum Irving. Big dum-dum dead Irving. The 142nd fastest gun in the West. Real.